Chosen one. Pause for a moment and breathe this in. You are not here by coincidence. You did not stumble onto this message by mistake. This very second has been divinely orchestrated, written into the fabric of time, long before the calendar turned to the year 2026. Heaven scheduled this encounter, and your spirit answered before your mind even knew why. Chosen one. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, an unfolding season where sudden elevation, divine wealth transfer, and heaven-sent transformation are no longer distant hopes, but imminent realities. What once felt delayed is now accelerating. What felt denied is now being delivered. The abundance you prayed for is already in motion, pressing toward your life with unstoppable force. The word declares in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11 that God's plans for you are to prosper you, to give you hope, and to establish your future. That promise is awakening over you right now. Anointed one, this is a sacred moment, a holy atmosphere, a divine activation. Open your heart, steady your spirit, and lean in, because what you're about to hear is not just inspiration. It is prophecy, it is alignment, it is the unlocking of what heaven has reserved for you. Your time has come. Your wealth is rising. Your destiny is opening before you now. Chosen one. You need to hear this with your whole spirit, because what is unfolding around you in this appointed year of 2026 is not random, not accidental, and not the product of human timing. There comes a moment in every destiny when heaven leans close, when the atmosphere shifts, when your life begins to vibrate with a frequency you cannot explain, yet somehow you recognize. This is that moment for you. I can feel it even as I speak these words. Something in the spiritual realm is opening, a divine current flowing in your direction, carrying provision, clarity, strength, and the kind of supernatural wealth that reshapes generations. And if you feel your heart stirring, if your spirit feels like it is leaning forward, it's because heaven already whispered your name before this message reached your ears. You are not watching this as a curious observer. You are watching this because the heavens have been rearranging circumstances, aligning moments, and positioning your steps so that you would hear what your spirit has been asking God for in silence. I know what it is to walk through seasons where the weight of responsibility feels unbearable, when you carry financial pressure that keeps you awake at night, when you try to smile through uncertainty, when you push forward, even though you feel like you're running on fumes. I know that silent frustration of wondering when your breakthrough will finally appear, of asking God why the promise seems so close and yet so far. But chosen one, let me tell you something from my own lived experience. Heaven has a way of showing up right when you feel the oil in your lamp is running out. Heaven waits until the moment when your strength is gone, so that you will know without question that what comes next is not your doing, it is divine intervention. And that is exactly what is happening for you now. Your past will not define you. Your struggle will not dictate your future. I have walked through nights when I felt forgotten, when I questioned if the prayers I whispered even mattered, when I wondered whether the promise was for everyone else except me. But every time, without fail, God lifted me. Not always suddenly, not always visibly at first, but consistently and unmistakably. And looking back, I realize something I want you to understand right now. The waiting season is never wasted. The struggle season is never pointless. The years where you felt unseen were actually the years heaven was constructing what would carry you into your next dimension. Chosen one. Your shift has already begun. Maybe you can't see it yet, but something in the atmosphere around your life has changed. When heaven moves, the physical world often catches up last. The breakthrough begins long before your circumstances reflect it. I've seen this in my own life. The moment I surrendered what I couldn't control, something supernatural stepped in. Doors I could never open on my own began to swing wide. Resources I didn't chase began to flow. Opportunities I didn't even know existed found their way into my hands. And that is what's happening for you. This is not motivation, not hype, not wishful thinking. This is alignment with divine truth. You're stepping into a season where wealth is no longer something you chase. It becomes something that pursues you. The burden you've been carrying, the fear of lack, the anxiety about provision, it was never meant to be yours. You've been trying to be your own provider, your own protector, your own source. I know what that feels like too. Growing up, I believed that if I didn't fight for every dollar, if I didn't push, grind, hustle, survive, everything would collapse. But the moment I learned to step back, to breathe, to trust the one who designed my future, everything shifted. Provision doesn't come from striving, it comes from surrender, and that is the revelation heaven wants you to embrace in this sacred year of 2026. You are divinely designed for overflow, not the temporary kind that comes and goes, but the supernatural kind that roots itself in your life and spreads into every area: your relationships, your health, your peace, your purpose, your finances. The fullness God intends for you is not a sprinkle, it is a flood. And when heaven opens a floodgate, chosen one, it does not trickle, it pours. Your spirit already senses that something is changing. You've been feeling restless, feeling expectant, feeling like something is closing and something new is opening. That isn't your imagination, that is spiritual sensitivity. You are stepping out of the season of survival and into a season of supernatural supply. This kind of wealth is not built on labor alone. It is built on alignment. And the moment you align with divine timing, heaven responds. Chosen one. Hear me clearly. You are entering a time where what used to be difficult will become easy, where what used to drain you will now flow toward you, where what used to intimidate you will now bow to the authority God placed in your spirit. I have seen this pattern again and again in my own journey. The moment you stop trying to carry what heaven intends to carry for you, your life begins to accelerate. You are not stepping into a small blessing. You are stepping into an inheritance, a divine heaven-backed wealth transfer marked for your name, timed for your life, and aligned specifically for this prophetic year of 2026. And your spirit knows it. Your heart knows it, heaven knows it, and nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. Chosen one. As we move deeper into this message, I want you to feel the weight of what heaven is placing before you in this sacred year of 2026. There is a stirring happening around your life that is not subtle, not soft, and not symbolic. It is divine movement, the kind of movement that announces itself in the invisible before you ever see it in the natural. The kind that causes you to suddenly outgrow old environments, old fears, old limitations, and even old versions of yourself. You may not fully understand it yet, but something in your spirit already knows that you are transitioning into a completely different realm of abundance, clarity, and purpose. And that inner stirring is proof that heaven has already spoken your name in the corridors of destiny. I know what it feels like to sense a shift before evidence appears. There were seasons in my life when nothing around me looked different, yet something inside me whispered, "Prepare." I remember the discomfort of feeling too big for spaces that once held me, the sense of being pushed into deeper waters without warning, the quiet ache of knowing change was coming without having a map for what was next. At the time, it scared me. It made me question myself, question God, question whether I was imagining things. But looking back, I understand now what felt like confusion was actually divine realignment. What felt like instability was heaven shaking loose everything that could no longer go with me into the future God was preparing. If you feel that same pull, that same tension, that same spiritual stretching, chosen one, then your breakthrough is not just near, it has begun. And this is the part many people overlook. Divine abundance doesn't start with money. It starts with identity. It starts with alignment. It starts with the realization that wealth is not something you chase outside of yourself. It is something God activates within you. For years I chased opportunities thinking provision would only come from effort. But eventually I learned something that changed everything. True prosperity begins the moment you stop striving and start becoming. The moment you accept that you are not walking toward wealth. Wealth is walking toward you because of who you are, not what you try to produce. And that is the shift heaven is igniting in you right now. Chosen one. You were never meant to live limited, anxious, or afraid. Your spirit was not created for survival mode. You were designed for overflow, designed to walk with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their life is backed by divine provision. There is a reason the struggles of the past years could not break you. There is a reason you survived seasons that crushed others. There is a reason you kept getting back up when everything around you told you to quit. It wasn't willpower. It wasn't luck. It was evidence of your calling. Evidence that heaven preserved you for what is unfolding now. Evidence that you have always been marked for more. And in 2026, heaven is pushing you into that more with undeniable force. You may notice situations falling apart that you once tried desperately to hold together. You may feel relationships drifting, opportunities shifting, or doors closing without explanation. This is not loss, it is editing. Every divine elevation requires subtraction. Everything that is leaving your life is making room for what is entering. I have lived through this myself, and it was only later that I realized nothing heaven removed was ever meant to stay. And everything heaven brought afterward carried more peace, more provision, and more purpose than anything I had lost. Chosen one, allow the pruning, allow the shifting, allow the uncomfortable transitions. Because on the other side of this discomfort is clarity you've never had, strength you've never felt, and provision you didn't even know was possible. Divine wealth is not simply about financial increase. It is about stepping into a life where everything aligns with God's intention for you. And that alignment brings supernatural ease, the kind of ease where doors open without force, where opportunities find you without striving, where resources appear without explanation. When I look back on the breakthroughs that changed my life, none of them came from the places I expected. None of them came from the people I thought would help me. Every significant blessing came from unexpected hands, unexpected places, and unexpected timing. That is the beauty of walking with God. He provides from directions you never considered. He elevates you in moments you thought were ordinary. He turns the simplest obedience into the greatest opportunities. You are stepping into that same pattern of grace now. The divine flow around your life is accelerating. The weight you've been carrying is lifting, and the opportunities ordained for you are aligning. Supernatural wealth is not coming, it is already approaching. And when it arrives, it will flow into every area of your life like a river that refuses to run dry. Chosen one, lean into this moment. Don't rush it. Don't question it. Don't compare it. Just receive it. Heaven has spoken, and what God has set in motion for your life in 2026 cannot be stopped by fear, doubt, or circumstance. You are stepping into the reality of who you were always meant to be, one who walks in divine provision, divine wisdom, and divine abundance. Chosen one. As we continue, I want you to feel the depth of what heaven is unfolding around you in this sacred year of 2026. You are not simply stepping into a new chapter, your entire spiritual landscape is shifting. The ground beneath your feet is changing, the air around your life is changing, and even the way your spirit perceives direction is changing. This kind of shift does not happen often. It happens only when heaven has decided that a person has reached their appointed moment. And chosen one, that person is you. There comes a point when your soul begins to sense a pull that cannot be explained. A pull toward more, toward higher, toward deeper, toward greater. Sometimes it feels like restlessness. Sometimes it feels like anticipation. Sometimes it feels like a quiet knowing that life as you've known it can no longer contain who you are becoming. I've lived through this many times, and each time it was a sign that the old season had expired and a new divine agenda had begun. If you feel that same inner shift, that gentle tug toward a future you can't describe but can't ignore, then you are already walking in your new dimension. Chosen one. This transformation isn't happening around you, it's happening within you. You may feel less attached to old habits, old environments, or even old versions of yourself. You may notice you no longer tolerate what you once accepted. You may feel a sudden desire to reorganize your life, your priorities, your relationships, or even your mind. These are not random impulses. These are signs that heaven is elevating you. When God prepares to lift someone, He first removes the weight that kept them grounded. That internal detachment you feel, that's heaven releasing you from everything that could have hindered your rise. I want you to understand something deeply divine. Wealth is attracted to alignment. Not hustle, not stress, not fear. Alignment. When your spirit, your decisions, your character, and your faith come into harmony with heaven's timing, blessings begin to flow with a supernatural ease. I remember reaching a point in my journey where I realized I could no longer operate from survival mode. I had to shift into trust mode, and that shift changed everything. When I stopped forcing and started flowing, doors I had been knocking on for years opened without effort. Opportunities I had prayed for suddenly found me. Provision I could never have orchestrated appeared out of nowhere. That is what happens when you align with the rhythm of heaven. Your life becomes a magnet for divine abundance. Chosen one. You are entering that same rhythm now. You're being pulled into a flow where breakthroughs begin to compound, where blessings begin to stack, where favor begins to multiply. But here's the truth. Many never grasp before the blessing manifests externally. It must be received internally. You must first become the version of yourself that can carry what you're asking God for. Think of it like a seed. Before a seed grows upward, it grows downward. Before it breaks the soil, it strengthens its roots. Before it shows you anything, it stabilizes itself for everything. And that is what has been happening inside you over the last months, the last year, maybe even the last decade. You were being rooted. You were being strengthened. You were being prepared for the weight of the abundance heaven is releasing in 2026. And now the roots are strong enough. The foundation is deep enough. The soil has shifted enough. It is finally time for what has been hidden to rise. You may not feel ready, but heaven says you are. You may not see the full picture, but heaven says you don't need to. You may not understand the timing, but heaven says the timing is perfect. When the moment arrives, the one thing required is willingness. Not perfection, not certainty, not strength, just willingness. A heart that says, God, if you're moving, I'm moving too. That simple yes creates a spiritual alignment that unlocks doors no human hand can shut. Chosen one, you are stepping into a divine flow where provision is no longer a struggle, where fear no longer dominates your decisions, where doubt no longer takes residence in your spirit. There were times in my own life when I didn't know how things would work out. I didn't have answers. I didn't have clarity, but I had faith, quiet faith, trembling faith, sometimes desperate faith, but still faith. And every time heaven honored that faith. Not because I was perfect, but because God is faithful. And what He did for me, He is ready to do for you. The financial pressure that has weighed on your shoulders is beginning to lift. The uncertainty that has clouded your mind is beginning to clear. The opportunities that once felt out of reach are coming within your grasp. And you won't have to force them. They will arrive at your doorstep with a timing so precise, so intentional, that you will know without doubt this was God. Chosen one, allow yourself to believe again. Allow yourself to expect again. Allow yourself to receive again. You are not entering this season alone. You are entering it with heaven backing every step. And when heaven backs you, nothing can block what has been ordained. Chosen one. As we continue into this next movement of your journey, I want you to feel the truth of what is unfolding around your life in this appointed year of 2026. You are stepping into a divine current that has been building quietly, gathering strength beneath the surface, waiting for the moment your spirit was ready to receive it. And now that moment has arrived. The shift you are sensing is not imagination, it is spiritual reality pressing into your natural world. There comes a point where the pressure you once carried begins to transform. Not because the circumstances change first, but because you change first. And I sense that you are already experiencing this. Your spirit is becoming lighter, clearer, more aware. Things that once overwhelmed you no longer hold the same power. Fears that once dictated your choices now feel strangely small. Even the future, once cloudy and intimidating, now feels like something you can walk toward without trembling. This is what happens when heaven strengthens your inner man before elevating your outer life. I've lived through seasons where everything around me looked the same, yet my spirit felt different. At first, I didn't understand it. I thought maybe I was imagining progress. Maybe I was hyping myself up. Maybe I was hoping too aggressively. But then, slowly, reality began to shift, to match the strength that heaven had already built inside me. The internal shift always comes before the external manifestation. And the fact that you can sense something awakening inside you means something extraordinary is already unfolding on your behalf. Chosen. One divine wealth is not just the arrival of money, it is the arrival of confidence, stability, clarity, and divine orchestration. It is the kind of abundance that flows from the inside out. The kind that lifts your thoughts, strengthens your decisions, and frees your spirit from fear. When heaven begins preparing you for prosperity, it does not start with your bank account. It starts with your identity. It starts with your mindset. It starts with your spiritual capacity, because wealth without maturity becomes a burden, but wealth with alignment becomes a launching pad. Right now, heaven is expanding your capacity. You may feel yourself dreaming bigger than before, thinking differently about money, sensing new ideas rising within you. These impressions are not random. They are divine seeds being planted into fertile ground. seeds of vision, seeds of strategy, seeds of future impact. I've had moments where an idea seemed to come out of nowhere, yet later I realized it was heaven depositing blueprints that would later unlock doors I didn't even know existed. When God is preparing you for wealth, He shifts your mind before He shifts your circumstances. And that shift is happening in you now. Chosen one. You are entering a realm where opportunities will begin to present themselves more frequently. Conversations will lead to divine connections. Small decisions will ripple into major outcomes. And the key to navigating this season is sensitivity, not to fear, not to anxiety, not to pressure, but to the quiet leading of the Spirit. Prosperity in the kingdom is not about chasing everything that looks good. It is about recognizing what is yours. Not every open door is assigned to you. Not every opportunity is meant to be pursued. But the ones that heaven has aligned for you will feel unmistakably right, even if they stretch you, even if they require faith, even if they ask you to step outside your comfort zone. I remember a time when I was presented with multiple opportunities that seemed promising. Each one looked good on paper, but only one carried peace. Only one felt like it aligned with the direction God was guiding me toward. When I followed that gentle inner peace, everything unfolded effortlessly. That one decision opened doors I could never have accessed on my own. And I learned something powerful. In divine timing, peace is the compass. Not pressure, not excitement, not fear of missing out peace. And that same peace is going to guide you through this season of elevation. Chosen one. The wealth that is approaching your life is not ordinary. It is not the result of grinding yourself into exhaustion. It is not the reward of luck or chance. It is the manifestation of a divine assignment that has been preparing itself for years. You have endured seasons that were designed to sharpen you, prune you, refine you, and qualify you. Not qualify you for people, qualify you for destiny. You have walked through battles that built resilience. You have carried weights that built strength. You have stayed faithful in moments when quitting would have been easier. All of that was preparation for the abundance heaven is releasing now. Your spirit may feel tired, but it is strong. Your mind may feel stretched, but it is ready. Your faith may feel tested, but it is matured. And heaven does not waste preparation. Every tear, every sacrifice, every silent prayer, every sleepless night has been woven into a divine narrative that is leading you straight into overflow. Chosen one. You are closer now than you have ever been, closer to clarity, closer to freedom, closer to opportunity, closer to the supernatural wealth that has been reserved for this season of your life. And nothing, no fear, no doubt, no obstacle can stop what heaven has already placed in motion for you in 2026. Chosen one. As we move into this next part of your journey, I want you to understand the significance of the season you are entering in 2026. You are walking into a realm where heaven begins to reveal what was once hidden, where answers begin to replace confusion, and where direction begins to illuminate paths you didn't even realize were prepared for you. This is not just another year. This is not just another cycle. This is a divine unlocking, a spiritual unveiling, a moment when what was stored for you begins to manifest in ways that can no longer be delayed, denied, or dismissed. There are times in life when you feel like nothing is happening. You pray, you wait, you hope, you believe, and yet everything around you looks unchanged. I know that feeling deeply. I've walked through seasons where I questioned whether my obedience was even seen by heaven, where I wondered if my sacrifices meant anything, where silence felt like abandonment. But here is what I learned in those quiet seasons. Heaven does its greatest work beneath the surface. What feels like stillness is often divine construction. What feels like silence is often strategic preparation. And what feels like delay is often heaven aligning every detail so that when your breakthrough comes, it comes without sorrow, without confusion, and without collapse. Chosen one. Your quiet season was never empty. It was filled with invisible movement. It was filled with unseen protection. It was filled with spiritual strengthening. It was filled with pruning that prepared you for promotion. You may not have understood it then, but you will understand it soon. Heaven never wastes time. And everything you walked through, the disappointments, the betrayals, the closed doors, the long waits, was part of the divine shaping that qualifies you to carry the weight of the wealth, influence, and purpose that are being released into your life now. And yes, the wealth that is being released is not accidental. It is intentional. Heaven does not bless by accident. Heaven blesses by design. You are not stepping into random opportunity. You are stepping into ordained provision. There is a difference between what people give you and what heaven assigns to you. What people give can be taken back, but what heaven assigns cannot be stolen. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be intercepted. It carries your name in the spirit, and nothing can block it when its time arrives. What I want you to realize is this: in 2026, you are stepping into a space where the blessings assigned to you begin to overtake you. Not because you are chasing them, but because you are aligned with the timing heaven wrote over your life long before you were born. This is why you've been feeling a shift. This is why you've been sensing a stirring. This is why your spirit has been on alert. You are entering a divine moment when heaven releases what has been held for its appointed time. Chosen. One divine wealth is more than financial increase. It is the ability to breathe without fear. It is clarity that removes confusion. It is provision that removes pressure. It is peace that removes anxiety. It is strength that removes the fear of tomorrow. And it is purpose that gives meaning to every step you take. This kind of wealth is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is not inconsistent. It flows from the hand of the one who has never failed you, and because it comes from him, you can trust that it will be enough, more than enough, and always on time. I know what it feels like to reach the end of yourself, the moments when you feel like you've done everything you can tried, everything possible, pushed as hard as you know how, and still nothing moves. I've been there. I've been at the point where I thought if something doesn't shift soon, I don't know what happens next. But those were the very moments when heaven stepped in. Not because of my strength, but because of God's mercy. Not because I had more to give, but because heaven decided it was time. And that is the place you are standing in now. You are standing at the threshold of heaven's timing, and when heaven says now, nothing can say, wait. Chosen one. The doors that are opening for you are doors no human hand could have crafted. The alignment coming into your life is alignment you could never have manufactured. And the opportunities that are approaching you are opportunities your efforts alone could never have produced. This is divine orchestration. Heaven's fingerprints are all over your future. And what is arriving for you in this season is not small, not subtle, and not incremental. It is transformative. You are entering a time where supernatural favor will begin to flow like a river. People you've never met will speak your name. Opportunities you didn't pursue will pursue you. Resources you didn't expect will locate you. And ideas that once felt impossible will suddenly feel achievable. Not because your circumstances changed first, but because heaven changed the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your life. Chosen one, lift your head, steady your heart, open your spirit. You are not walking into blessing, you are walking into destiny. You are not stepping into opportunity, you are stepping into fulfillment. Everything heaven promised, everything your heart has carried, everything your spirit has waited for, is beginning to align. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what heaven has decided to release upon your life in 2026. Chosen one. As we move into this next sacred unfolding, I want you to breathe deeply and feel the shift happening around your life in 2026. You are not simply progressing, you are being elevated. You are not merely moving ahead, you are being carried into spaces your past could never have prepared you for. Heaven is not just opening a door for you, heaven is opening doors you didn't even know existed. And to walk into this divine expansion, your spirit must recognize the signs of the season you are in. You may have noticed lately that your desires have been changing. The things that once satisfied you no longer do. The places that once felt familiar now feel too small. The conversations that once entertained you now drain your spirit. This is not frustration, it is evolution. Heaven is stretching you, enlarging you, refining your capacity to receive greater things. When God prepares to elevate a person, He first disconnects them from what would limit them. Your discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong, it is a sign that something is shifting, and the shift is holy. There were seasons in my life when I felt misunderstood, isolated, and even misplaced. People I once walked with suddenly felt distant. Opportunities I trusted fell apart. Plans I depended on dissolved. And at the time, it felt like loss. But later, I realized those moments were heaven's way of repositioning me. If I had remained where I was, I would have been unprepared for what God was bringing. Sometimes heaven closes doors not to punish you, but to protect the blessing He is leading you toward. And I sense that some of the losses in your life were actually divine interventions, chosen. One divine wealth requires divine placement. You cannot step into abundance while standing in environments built for survival. You cannot walk in supernatural provision while remaining connected to voices that breed fear, limitation, and scarcity. And you cannot embrace your next season while clinging to people who belong to your last one. This is why heaven has been gently and sometimes abruptly removing what cannot go with you. It's not rejection, it's protection. And now in 2026, heaven is positioning you more intentionally than ever before. You will notice that the right people will begin to appear at the right time. Conversations will align, relationships will elevate, support will strengthen around you, not because you are searching, but because heaven is appointing. There is a difference between connection and divine connection. One is accidental, the other is orchestrated, and the connections heaven is bringing into your life now will not only uplift you, they will activate you. Chosen one, your gifts are awakening, your spirit is sharpening, your discernment is maturing. You are beginning to see people and situations with greater clarity. What you used to tolerate no longer holds space in your heart. What once distracted you now feels irrelevant. This clarity is not coming from your own strength, it is being poured into you. Heaven is illuminating your path because the next steps you take will be significant. I remember the first time I felt this level of clarity in my own journey. It was as if a veil had been lifted. Suddenly, I could sense what belonged to me and what didn't. I could feel when something was off spiritually. I could sense when a door was meant to be walked through and when it was meant to be avoided. and that sensitivity became the greatest key to my elevation. I stopped chasing everything and learned to move only where peace led me, and every time I followed that peace, provision met me there. That same guiding peace is rising within you now. Chosen one, supernatural wealth is not simply about receiving, it is about becoming. Becoming a vessel that heaven can trust. Becoming someone who walks with wisdom, integrity, and spiritual awareness. Becoming someone who can hold influence without losing humility. Becoming someone who can carry wealth without being consumed by it. And because you have been faithful in valleys, heaven can now trust you with mountaintops. In this season, you will notice that your confidence will grow, not because everything is perfect, but because your spirit knows something is unfolding behind the scenes. You will begin to walk differently, speak differently, make decisions differently, not with arrogance, but with a divine assurance that comes from knowing heaven is guiding you. And this assurance will confuse people who expect you to fear what you used to fear. But you are not the same. You have outgrown worry. You have outgrown insecurity. You have outgrown the doubts that once held you hostage. Chosen one. Heaven has not brought you this far to leave you. Every step of your journey, even the painful ones, has been orchestrated for your elevation. The pressure you endured produced spiritual authority. The tears you shed watered your future harvest. The uncertainty you faced strengthened your faith, and all of it is converging now into the greatest unfolding of your life. In 2026, you are stepping into opportunities that will redefine your trajectory. Blessings will arrive that will outsize your expectations. Favor will find you in places you never imagined, and provision will flow in ways that prove only heaven could have done it. Chosen one, open your spirit wide. What is coming is not small. What is coming is not temporary. What is coming is not ordinary. What is coming has been waiting for you. Chosen one. As we enter this next movement of your journey in 2026, your spirit must recognize something essential. You are no longer living in the aftermath of your past. You are standing in the unfolding of your divine becoming. The atmosphere around your life is shifting with intention. What once felt heavy is beginning to lift. What once felt distant is drawing near. And what once felt impossible is slowly revealing itself as achievable, destined, even inevitable. This is the nature of supernatural transition. It rarely announces itself with noise, but it always arrives with unmistakable spiritual weight. You may find yourself seeing life differently. What used to disturb your peace now rolls off you. What once triggered fear now feels like an opportunity for faith. What used to confuse you now reveals hidden meaning. This new clarity is not accidental. It is evidence that your spirit is rising to a higher altitude. When you climb spiritually, you see from a new perspective. Problems look smaller. Possibilities look larger. Paths appear where none existed before. And the reason this is happening now is because heaven is preparing you for a realm of abundance that requires elevated vision. I have walked through seasons when my perspective changed before my reality did. There were moments when I could feel my spirit outgrowing my surroundings. I could sense that God was calling me to a higher place, even though my circumstances still looked ordinary. And in those moments, I learned something profound. Vision changes first, then reality follows. The fact that you are seeing differently, thinking differently, sensing differently, is a sign that your elevation has already begun internally. And when internal elevation happens, external elevation is not far behind. Chosen one. You are entering a cycle of divine acceleration. This is a period in your life where progress will not be gradual, it will be multiplied. What used to take years will take months. What used to take months will take weeks. What used to take weeks may take days. Not because you are working harder, but because heaven has breathed on your efforts. There is a difference between human timing and divine timing. When heaven accelerates something, it places supernatural momentum behind what you touch. You will notice things falling into place with surprising ease. Doors opening without pushing. People supporting you without asking. Opportunities aligning without explanation. This is not coincidence, it is spiritual confirmation that the hand of God is resting on your journey. But with acceleration comes responsibility, the responsibility to discern which opportunities are divine and which are distractions. In this season, not every open door will be meant for you. Some doors will be tests, some will be detours, some will be traps disguised as blessings. And this is why your spiritual sensitivity is being sharpened right now. Heaven is training your discernment so you can recognize what carries divine fingerprints and what does not. Every blessing from heaven carries peace, alignment, and clarity. Every distraction carries pressure, chaos, and confusion. And as your spirit matures, you will begin to sense the difference instantly. I've experienced moments when opportunities came. In floods, good offers, exciting possibilities, tempting shortcuts. But only a few carried the mark of destiny. When I chose the ones aligned with God's leading, everything in my life elevated. When I pursued the ones rooted in my own desire or fear, everything fell apart. I learned that discernment is the gatekeeper of destiny. And you, chosen one, are stepping into a realm where discernment will become one of your greatest allies. Chosen. One, divine wealth is not simply about material increase. It is about spiritual alignment, emotional maturity, and mental stability. Wealth that flows from God enriches every part of your life. It strengthens your relationships. It deepens your peace. It brings purpose into focus. It transforms your mindset into one of confidence and expectation. You will begin to make decisions from faith rather than fear, from wisdom rather than impulse, from trust rather than worry. This is the kind of inner prosperity heaven desires for you, the kind that cannot be shaken by circumstances, critics, or temporary setbacks. This year, you will experience moments that feel like divine winks, small yet undeniable signs that God is guiding you. A conversation that confirms what you prayed about. An unexpected provision that arrives exactly when you need it. A door that opens after you thought it was permanently closed. These are reminders that heaven is not distant. Heaven is near, Heaven is active. Heaven is invested in your story. There is something else rising in your spirit this year, courage. You have spent years playing small, shrinking yourself, lowering your voice, minimizing your gifts. But in 2026, that version of you is disappearing. You are being nudged into bolder decisions, more decisive movements, and greater expectations. You will begin to say yes to opportunities you once felt unqualified for. You will walk into rooms you once felt unworthy to enter. You will embrace strengths you once tried to hide. This courage is not self-generated, it is heaven ignited. Chosen one. I want you to understand this deeply. You are no longer waiting for your moment. Your moment is waiting for you. And the moment you step into it, everything that belongs to you will begin to gravitate toward your life. Resources, connections, opportunities, strategies, wisdom, influence, all of it is aligning in your direction. This is not the year of leftovers. This is not the year of survival. This is not the year of barely enough. This is the year of divine increase, divine elevation, and divine fulfillment. And nothing that was designed to limit you will be able to withstand the rise heaven has ordained for you in 2026. Chosen one. As we step into this next unveiling of your journey in 2026, I want you to lean into this truth. Heaven is not just shifting circumstances around you. Heaven is shifting you. You are evolving into the version of yourself that can carry glory, influence, purpose, and supernatural wealth without breaking under the weight of it. The transformation happening within you is not slight. It is seismic. It is the kind of change that announces a new era. And whether you fully realize it yet or not, you are stepping into a dimension where your voice carries more authority, your spirit carries more clarity, and your presence carries more impact. In this season, you may feel yourself being pulled inward into deeper reflection, deeper awareness, deeper healing. This is intentional. Before heaven elevates you publicly, heaven strengthens you privately. Before you carry abundance externally, you must carry confidence internally. Before you hold the blessing, you must become the vessel. And that is exactly what is happening inside you now. Your roots are deepening, your courage is forming, your identity is stabilizing, and your faith is maturing into something unshakable. There have been moments throughout your life when you felt overlooked, unheard, or undervalued. Moments where you questioned whether God saw your effort, your sacrifice, your faithfulness. But I want you to hear this clearly. Heaven never overlooks what is done in sincerity. Your consistency has been recorded. Your tears have been collected. Your prayers have been preserved. And now in 2026, the reward of that faithfulness is beginning to unfold. Chosen one, you are entering a season where you will no longer need to explain yourself to those who doubted you. The evidence of God's hand on your life will speak louder than your words ever could. People who underestimated you will begin to witness the fruit of your faithfulness. People who counted you out will see the hand of God elevate you. This is not about proving anyone wrong. This is about God proving himself faithful in your life. But with elevation comes refinement. Heaven is refining your character, your endurance, your integrity. Not because you are unworthy, but because you are chosen. True wealth is not simply the possession of resources, it is the capacity to steward them. And heaven is building that capacity in you. You will notice yourself becoming more intentional, more focused, more protective of your time and energy. This is not selfishness. This is stewardship. Heaven does not place abundance into the hands of someone who tolerates chaos, confusion, or distraction. Heaven blesses those who have learned to protect the peace required to carry purpose. I've walked through seasons where I tried to hold on to everything and everyone, thinking that love meant keeping every connection alive. But eventually, I learned that elevation requires separation, that not every person from your past is meant to walk into your future, that not every voice deserves access to your spirit, that not every demand deserves your energy. When I finally embraced this truth, my life unlocked. Opportunities arrived, peace increased, clarity sharpened, and that same shift is happening for you now. Chosen one. In 2026, you will see heaven rearrange your relationships, not to isolate you, but to align you. The people entering your life now are destiny linked. They will uplift you, support you, challenge you, and propel you forward. They will not compete with you, they will collaborate with you. They will not drain you, they will pour into you. They will not doubt your calling, they will confirm it. Heaven is surrounding you with the right people for the next dimension of your purpose. Another thing is awakening in you this year, the courage to take ownership of your calling. For too long, you have diluted your gifts out of fear of being misunderstood. You have minimized your brilliance to make others comfortable. You have hidden parts of yourself because you feared judgment. But that season is ending. You are rising into boldness. You are stepping into confidence. You are embracing the truth that you were created to stand out, not blend in. And as you step into this confidence, doors will begin to open that had been waiting for your courage. Chosen one. You will also notice a sharpening of your intuition, your spiritual instinct. You will pick up on things more quickly. You will sense when something is right or wrong without needing explanations. This is heaven's way of guiding you. As you grow spiritually, your discernment becomes a compass, and this compass will lead you away from counterfeit opportunities and toward divine ones. This year, heaven is also releasing creativity and strategy into your mind. Ideas will come more frequently, solutions will arise effortlessly, inspiration will flow freely. This is not random, it is a supernatural download. Heaven is releasing blueprints that will build generational impact. You will find yourself dreaming bigger dreams, writing bolder plans, and taking braver steps. And as you move, you will discover something breathtaking. Provision will meet you on the path. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need to move when God says move. Because in 2026, every step of obedience will unlock a door. Every act of courage will attract favor. Every leap of faith will lead to breakthrough. Chosen one. You are being positioned, prepared, and propelled into a season unlike any you have ever lived before. What is coming toward you is greater than what's behind you. What is rising within you is stronger than whatever tried to stop you. And what heaven has appointed for you will not be delayed. Chosen one. As we continue into this sacred unfolding of your journey in 2026, I want you to feel the magnitude of the shift taking place in your life right now. You are stepping into a realm where heaven is not only opening doors for you, it is expanding your territory. This is a season where the divine hand of God is placing you in environments that once felt beyond your reach. Not because you forced your way in, but because heaven has ordained your arrival. You are being escorted into places your past could never have carried you, and your spirit can feel the elevation rising beneath your feet. This is why your mindset has been shifting. You've been thinking differently, evaluating differently, even dreaming differently. Heaven is preparing you for circles that require a higher version of you, circles where your voice carries influence, where your presence brings change, where your story unlocks possibility for others. You are being shaped for visibility, but it is not visibility for ego, it is visibility for purpose. You are not rising to be seen, you are rising to be impactful. I've lived through moments when I felt heaven pushing me into environments I didn't feel ready for, places that felt bigger than my confidence, beyond my qualifications, outside my comfort. But every time I discovered that heaven never sends you where heaven has not prepared you, the discomfort was simply a sign that my spirit was expanding faster than my surroundings. And that is exactly what is happening inside of you. Your spirit is outgrowing old spaces because destiny requires more room than suffering ever did. Chosen one, hear me this year. You will walk into opportunities that require bravery. You will step into rooms that require confidence. You will say yes to things that once terrified you. But you will not be stepping alone. Heaven is partnering with you. Heaven is strengthening you. Heaven is speaking for you, even when you don't know what to say. There will be moments when you wonder, can I really do this? And the answer will be whispered to your spirit. You already were. Now walk in it. There is also a healing happening inside you this year, a deep, quiet healing. Healing from disappointment, healing from betrayal, healing from moments that broke your trust in yourself, healing from wounds you carried silently for far too long. You may feel emotions rising unexpectedly. You may feel memories resurfacing, but this is not regression, this is release. Heaven is closing chapters that your heart has been holding on to long after they expired. You cannot receive what is ahead if your heart is still anchored in what is behind, and heaven is tenderly cutting those anchors. In this season, you will also feel an increased desire for order, structure, and clarity. You may begin reorganizing your life, your habits, your priorities. This inner restructuring is preparation for growth. When God expands someone, He first cleans the foundation. He removes what is unstable. He strengthens what is enduring. He aligns what is misaligned. Everything you feel compelled to change internally is a reflection of the transformation heaven is preparing to manifest externally. Chosen one. The clarity you receive in 2026 will be life-altering. You will begin to understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain opportunities were delayed. What once looked like disappointment will reveal itself as protection. What once felt like rejection will show itself as direction. Heaven was never denying you, it was rerouting you, and now you are stepping into a season where the reroute becomes revelation, where confusion becomes clarity, where pain becomes purpose, where loss becomes leverage. You will look back on moments that once hurt you and realize they were shaping the strength you needed for the future you are about to walk into. Chosen one. You will notice favor increasing around you. Conversations will shift in your favor. People will begin to recommend you, support you, uplift you. Not out of obligation, but because heaven is influencing the hearts of others on your behalf. The right people will feel drawn to you. The right opportunities will seek you. The right moments will align with precision. And as this favor increases, your humility will keep you grounded. You have been prepared in the shadows so you could carry blessings in the spotlight. You have been refined in silence so you could stand with strength in public. Heaven is not only elevating you, it is anchoring you. This year, you will feel a sense of divine timing pulsing through your life. You will begin to recognize moments that are appointed, moments that carry spiritual weight, moments where God steps into your timeline with precision. And in those moments, you will see how everything has been connected, every struggle, every lesson, every breakthrough. Chosen one, you are walking into a season where nothing will be wasted. Everything you endured is becoming fuel. Everything you learned is becoming wisdom. Everything you lost is making room for what is coming, and what is coming is greater than anything that has ever been behind you. Chosen one. As we enter this next unfolding of your journey in 2026, I want you to pause and recognize something sacred. You are standing in a moment that has been orchestrated long before you ever prayed for it. Every challenge you endured, every valley you survived, every disappointment you carried, none of it was random. Heaven was shaping you quietly, deliberately, patiently, and now the shaping is giving way to revealing. You are stepping into the season where what God placed within you begins to emerge with power. In this season, you will feel a growing awareness of who you truly are. Not the version of you shaped by fear, not the version shaped by trauma, not the version shaped by survival, but the version shaped by destiny. the version heaven has always seen, even when you couldn't see it yourself. This inner awakening may feel strange at first. You may feel moments of unusual boldness, unexpected confidence, or sudden clarity. That is not coincidence, that is identity rising. When you begin to walk in who you truly are, everything around you begins to realign. I remember moments in my own life when I suddenly realized I'd been living beneath my calling. Not because I lacked potential, but because I doubted myself, because I let the voices of doubt speak louder than the voice of God. It wasn't until I embraced the truth of who I was created to be that life began to shift around me. Favor increased, doors opened, strength multiplied, and the same awakening is happening for you. You are shedding the weight of who you were told to be and stepping into the freedom of who you were created to be. Chosen one, you will also notice that your sensitivity to the spiritual realm is increasing. You may feel nudges, impressions, inner warnings, or sudden peace that you cannot explain. This sensitivity is heaven's way of guiding you. In 2026, intuition will not be optional. It will be essential. You will not navigate this season with logic alone. You will navigate it with discernment. There will be decisions that look good on the surface, but carry no divine approval. And there will be opportunities that seem small, but hold supernatural significance. Heaven will guide you through everyone. Another shift unfolding in your life now is the strengthening of your voice. For too long you held your truth inside. For too long you allowed others to speak over you. For too long, you silenced yourself to maintain peace. But this year, heaven is stirring boldness within you. You will begin to speak with clarity, conviction, and authority. Not arrogance, authority. There is a difference. Arrogance speaks to be seen. Authority speaks to be aligned. This year, your words will carry weight because they will be rooted in purpose, not emotion. Chosen one, you may also notice that your desires are maturing. What you once pursued for validation no longer attracts you. What once fascinated you now feels shallow. What once occupied your time now feels like distraction. This is a sign that heaven is calibrating your appetite. When God prepares to entrust someone with greater responsibility, He first purifies their desires. You are no longer drawn to what drains you. You are being drawn to what develops you, and that shift is divine. This season will also bring moments of divine boldness, where you are called to take risks that feel stretching yet right. You will be asked to step into opportunities that challenge your comfort, to embrace responsibility that requires growth, to walk into rooms that trigger old insecurities. But when these moments arise, you will find a strength in you that you did not have before, a holy courage, a supernatural confidence, the kind that does not come from your own strength, but from heaven's endorsement. Chosen one in 2026. Heaven is placing you in situations designed to elevate your influence. You may be asked to speak when you usually stay silent. You may be offered leadership when you prefer to support. You may be handed opportunities that seem bigger than your experience, but heaven does not place someone where they do not belong. If the door opens, it is because God has already equipped you for what is on the other side. You are not stepping into these moments alone. You are stepping in with divine backing. There will also be an increase in creativity and strategy. Ideas will come with clarity. Solutions will appear where confusion once lived. You will find yourself thinking in ways you never have before. This is heaven expanding your mental capacity to handle the abundance you are stepping into. Wealth is not sustained by opportunity alone. It is sustained by wisdom, discipline, and vision. Heaven is giving you all three. And perhaps most importantly, you will feel your relationship with God deepen in ways that ground you. This year will not just elevate your life, it will anchor your spirit. You will experience moments of peace that don't make sense, breakthroughs that don't match the effort, and blessings that don't require burnout. This is what happens when you step into alignment. When heaven moves, you move. When heaven speaks, you listen. When heaven leads, you follow. Chosen. 1. You're not becoming lucky, you're becoming aligned, and alignment attracts everything destiny wrote for you. Opportunities, wealth, healing, purpose, influence, freedom. This is your season of becoming. And heaven is not finished revealing who you truly are. Chosen one. As we step deeper into this divine progression of 2026, I want you to feel the spiritual weight of where you stand right now. You are in a moment where heaven is not only moving around you, it is moving through you. The transformation unfolding within you has reached a point where it can no longer remain internal. What God has been shaping in secret is preparing to manifest in the open. And everything in your life, your thoughts, your relationships, your desires, your opportunities, is aligning to support this emergence. In this season, you may feel a sense of separation developing in your heart. Not isolation, not loneliness, but separation. A holy distinction. This happens when heaven begins to elevate someone. You may no longer resonate with certain conversations, circles, or patterns. You may feel a growing distance from old habits or old ways of thinking. This is not you withdrawing, it is you rising. When God begins to pull you upward, anything that cannot breathe at higher altitudes will naturally fall away. I remember walking through a season like this. People I once thought would be lifelong companions slowly drifted out of my life. Plans I had built my identity around suddenly dissolved. At first, I thought something was wrong. I thought maybe I had failed, maybe I had disappointed God, maybe I had misheard His direction. But later, with clarity I didn't have, then I realized heaven was clearing my path. Not as a punishment, but as preparation. Sometimes elevation requires elimination. Sometimes God removes what you cling to so you can receive what He has prepared. Chosen one this year will require trust, not the easy kind of trust that shows up when things look promising, but the deep, quiet trust that appears when you have no evidence except the whisper of God in your spirit. You may step into situations where everything in the natural looks uncertain, yet everything in the spiritual feels aligned. That inner alignment is what you must follow. The guidance of heaven is often subtle, but once you learn to recognize the feeling of peace, you will know exactly when God is leading you. Another profound shift happening within you in 2026 is the awakening of purpose. For years, your purpose may have felt blurry, incomplete, or tangled in survival. You were focused on getting through the day, on meeting needs, on carrying responsibilities that left little room for dreaming. But now, something inside you is waking up. You're sensing that you were meant for more, not out of arrogance, but out of truth. You're noticing passions resurfacing, callings, reawakening ideas, reigniting. This is heaven reminding you of who you are. Purpose does not always come with clarity at first. Often it comes with longing. A longing to create, a longing to impact, a longing to build, a longing to serve, a longing to step into a version of yourself that feels bigger than what you have lived so far. That longing is not accidental, it is divine ignition. It is heaven breathing on your spirit saying, "It is time." Chosen one. Your spirit is also being equipped with a new level of strength. Not the kind of strength that comes from forcing your way forward, but the kind of strength that comes from surrender. There is a peace rising within you that does not match your circumstances. There is a calmness that does not make sense. You may even surprise yourself with how little chaos affects you now. This is not emotional numbness, it is spiritual maturity. When you've walked with God long enough, storms no longer intimidate you. You begin to understand that every storm has an expiration date and every valley has a door out. This strength is going to serve you powerfully because 2026 is a year where you will step into responsibilities you once felt unqualified for. Opportunities will come that stretch you. Roles will appear that require a more expanded version of yourself. But instead of feeling overwhelmed, you will feel ready. Instead of shrinking, you will rise. Instead of doubting, you will respond with faith. Because heaven has strengthened you for what is coming. Another blessing unfolding in this season is divine protection over your path. You may not realize it yet, but heaven has shielded you from connections that would have drained you, decisions that would have derailed you, and situations that would have sabotaged your destiny. You will look back and realize that what didn't work out was actually saving your future. Every closed door protected you. Every delayed answer preserved you. Every redirection aligned you. Chosen. This is a year where your spirit will experience undeniable confirmation, not subtle hints, clear signs. You will hear the right words at the right moment, meet the right people at the right time, receive the right opportunities with perfect timing. Heaven is orchestrating your life with precision. Everything is intentional. Everything is connected, everything is leading somewhere greater, and as this year unfolds, you will begin to embody the truth that you are chosen, called, appointed, and anointed for such a time as this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are aligned. And heaven is not done revealing what has been written for your life, chosen one. As we step into this final movement of your journey for 2026, I want you to take a deep breath and feel the truth of this moment settle into your spirit. You are not reaching the end. You are standing at the threshold of a beginning so profound, so divinely orchestrated, that even your imagination cannot yet grasp the magnitude of what awaits you. Everything you have walked through, survived, endured, learned, released, and embraced has prepared you for this very point in your destiny. In this season, heaven is not just promising change. Heaven is activating change. It is reshaping the landscape of your life with precision. You may not have realized it, but your spirit has been expanding to match the weight of the blessing approaching you. You have grown in wisdom, in resilience, in spiritual sensitivity. You have learned what to let go of, what to hold on to, and what to walk away from. And now heaven is rewarding the version of you who refused to give up when everything around you looked discouraging. Chosen one. The life you are stepping into will not resemble the one you are leaving behind. There will be a new ease, a new flow, a new level of clarity guiding you. Opportunities will approach you without you needing to chase them. Provision will arrive without you needing to strain for it. The doors opening in 2026 will not require compromise, they will require readiness. And you are ready. Even if you don't feel ready, heaven says you are. Because readiness in the kingdom is not about perfection, it is about alignment. There is a reason you feel a quiet excitement rising within you, even if nothing external has changed yet. Your spirit senses what your eyes have not seen. Your heart feels what your circumstances have not revealed. This inner anticipation is proof that heaven has already spoken over your future. And when heaven speaks, reality has no choice but to follow. In this season, you will also discover that your voice carries more power than you ever realized. You will speak differently, you will pray differently, you will decide differently, and your words will carry impact because they will be rooted in spiritual authority rather than emotional reaction. This is part of your elevation. Heaven is strengthening your voice because your voice will unlock doors not only for yourself, but for others connected to your destiny. Chosen one. One of the greatest gifts you will receive this year is clarity of purpose. The confusion that used to cloud your steps will begin to lift. You will know where to go, when to move, and what to do. You will feel heaven's guidance in moments that once overwhelmed you, and with that clarity comes peace, deep peace. The kind of peace that does not depend on outcomes. The kind that anchors you even when circumstances shift. The kind that confirms you are exactly where heaven wants you to be. Another blessing of this season is restoration. The years where you felt empty, overlooked, or depleted will be redeemed. Heaven is restoring your confidence, your creativity, your joy, your passion, and your ability to dream again. You are not just being blessed, you are being renewed. And this renewal will cause you to rise into opportunities your past version never could have handled. Chosen one. Your journey through 2026 will not end in struggle. It will unfold in overflow. You will look back on this year and realize it was the turning point, the divine pivot, the season where everything began to align. Heaven has carried you, protected you, prepared you, and positioned you for such a time as this. And now the releasing begins. You are stepping into supernatural wealth, divine connections, elevated purpose, and unstoppable favor. You are stepping into rooms designed for you. You are stepping into opportunities that carry your name. You are stepping into blessings that were stored for their appointed time, and that time is now. Chosen one, lift your head, straighten your shoulders, strengthen your spirit. The journey ahead is glorious. Chosen one. As this message comes to a close, feel this truth settle into your spirit. You are standing in your Kairos moment. Heaven has already moved on your behalf. The transfer has begun. What was once delayed is now being delivered, and what was once hidden is being revealed. Walk from this moment, knowing that divine abundance is not approaching, it is unfolding around you now. Anointed one, remain faithful. Stay aligned. Keep your heart open to the flow of God's provision, because the favor rising over your life will not diminish. It will only increase. Declare what you've received. Stand in expectancy. Move with gratitude. If this word stirred your spirit, let heaven hear your agreement. Right, I step into my divine inheritance in the comments below. And if you have not yet subscribed, consider joining this sacred space so you never miss another prophetic impartation. May God's glory surround you, God's wealth empower you, and God's purpose guide every step you take. Blessings, chosen one. I'll see you in the next message.